everyone, welcome back to my channel. We had a discussion in our karate class that in martial arts you can train martial arts, jiu-jitsu, karate, judo, Krav Maga, Tang Soo Do, wrestling, catch wrestling, American freestyle, whatever your genre of martial arts. It don't really mean that much if you can't translate it. You hope when you are doing self-defense that it gives you a fighting chance. And it does, it give a fighting chance, but you can't train everything. I was thinking, and a person in my class was saying, there's great fighters, but it doesn't really, it's not the same going to the street. BJ Penn, legendary, the Prodigy, this Hawaiian kid, just, he dominated martial arts for some years, and Father Time, and just certain people had his day. As great as he is, as much as he trained, world-renowned black belt, legendary, got beat up in a street fight in a parking lot. I was talking to a person who works with a man that does judoka. Been doing judo since he was a kid. Got stabbed, not stabbed to death, but stabbed a couple weeks ago, multiple times, and he had no solution, because he didn't know how to not grab somebody. And when you got a knife, you got distance, and it's kind of hard to do a rear naked choke or a front or Kisagatami or Kimura or Mai Gary, Washigari, Yoshirigari, an up kick when somebody got a gun, and I had a gun pointed at me this year, and this person was 3 car lengths away, and I was out in the open. I literally was kind of saying in my mind, like, is this going to really end this way? And the God above had mercy on me and said that was not my day. But, my kid would have been fatherless that day. And it caught me off guard because I'm a gun carrier. I have multiple guns. Just at that moment, I didn't have a gun on me. It was in my car, and my car was about 2 car lengths away. I could have ducked, under things, but so it kind of taught me that day about being aware. And it just takes one time to slip. It takes one time for things to mess up on you. And any day could be your day. Yeah, you may have been a legendary wrestler, judoka, Muay Thai fighter, but you got young cats that don't got nothing to lose but jail time. And they have no problem going back to jail. Or let's say not young people, just people in general. They got nothing to lose, and they will end your life. And think about the consequences in a 12x8 for 15 years or 20 or 30 years, but you'd be dead. So I say all that to say this: be aware of your surroundings. Be careful with your mouth, and that's harder said and done, and sometimes I can have a chip on my shoulder and say, you know, I trained this and that and this, but that don't really mean anything. As you know, sometimes I got this injury, that I'm 50 almost, arthritis, you know, I get tired of getting up off the couch, just things that I never had to deal with 15 years ago. You know, I have to survive right now. You can apply this in self-defense, legal, less lethal, it's all the same. You know, just be aware, be self-aware. If you can hold your tongue, do it. That's harder said than done, because I'm not the one to hold my tongue. But sometimes just smiling and let it go will save your life. I remember a time I would think that would just be, oh, that's just a punk move. But listen, you'll be alive. I used to have so much pride, like I won't back down, you know, this. And I was doing like 3 weeks of, you know, 6 classes, three classes of jiu-jitsu under like literally BJJ legends, literally. You know, but you know, it just take one. It take one punch. Everybody got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Literally. You think you tough. You watch some videos. You do some classes. It ain't nothing like you find somebody in a gas station over a parking space or a miscommunication. It don't take much. Doing something self-defense is better than doing nothing. I get it. It does. I face people all the time that are 25 years younger than me in college, and they do this. You know, I have a fighting chance. But eventually age will catch up to any person, and just really nobody's invincible. That's really the truth. Nobody's invincible. Your biggest way to get your ass whipped is thinking that you the toughest thing since sliced bread, and you're not. I'm not. You know, it's everybody can fall at any given time. You know, hopefully it's just your pride. Next time it could be your life, right? So just be mindful of that. All right, guys, have a good one.